I'm singing in the shower. Why am I singing in the shower? Cause in Texas it's not even cold. That was my singing audition. Oh, that it came out great. Hi,
Pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum.
Hello, this is your Willie. Welcome to a classic modern reviews. Singing in the Rain. La La Land. What did they have in common? They're musicals. Musicals are got to be the most divisive genre in movie history. You either love them for their whimsical choreographies, or you just hate them for how unnecessarily they, well, you know, sing their lines through the whole thing until you're fed up that you ask why they don't talk like real people. It's a very hard style to translate from a musical Broadway to the TV screen, but they have proven that when done right, they can work really well. And when they suck donkeys,
it's simple and it's plain.
You should have just did on Broadway. Now, in my personal look on musicals, I don't dislike them. Yes, I know they're not as popular as they used to be, but whenever I tune into one, I always find one or two songs that actually entertain me or leave an emotional impact. It's a genre that doesn't always make any sense, but whether you enjoy them for their songs or sets or not at all, it's a style that communicates through people's emotions, and as long as there's an audience that can relate to it, you can thank God for Russell Crowe.
Now, prisoner 24601, your time is up and your parole's begun.
So let's take a look at the pinnacle of musicals in the 50s. Is Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling.
Even if you haven't seen this film before, I'm sure most of you are familiar with this song.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
Or you might have heard it from this one.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
God, you're twisted. Still, if that's all you know, it just shows what an impact it had on musicals. It has been parodied, and it's still shown on plays even after musicals have been dead for a while. It was a big hit when it came out, and today is held as one of the best musicals in movie history. I'll admit, I got tired of the musicals and songs in the end, but I just couldn't help but to enjoy it. It serves as a homage to the silent films and musicals that came before this one in a colorful yet entertaining way. Even though in today's standards it looks at times self-absorbing and seems to know that it's great, which some would view it as arrogant, it is still enjoyable to watch. This is a Hollywood story starting with a fictional silent movie star named Don Lockwood, played by Gene Kelly, who has to play the on-screen couple with his intolerable actress fiancée, Lena, played by Jane Hagen. By this time, the new talkies arrive, which can only mean the end of silent movies, which could also mean the end of Don Lockwood's career. So he joins back again with his musical comedian friend, Cosmo, played by Donald O'Connell, to help him adapt to this new style of film, even if they don't know how to use these techniques. In the way, a new upcoming actress joins up to the work named Katie, played by Debbie Reynolds, the mother of Carrie Fisher if you didn't know, who first starts off as the singing voice replacement of Lena because, well, she can't sing. And of course they fall in love and they get together. When you look at what they do to Lena, it's a very mean game. But I don't mind it as much because she's narcissistic and full of herself. She's a dumb wit that can't realize that her fiancé wants nothing to do with her. But she's capable of unstepping anyone's career if it means staying on top, even if it means ruining her fiancé's new affair and Katie's career. But what sets her apart is her voice.
What's wrong with the way I talk? What's the big idea? Am I dumb or something?
No.
It was hilarious as over the top with that low-pitched voice. By the way, nice work on that actress for making up that voice. Every time it was used for comedy purposes, it nailed it.
Stand 'em.
Can't.
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 Can.
The challenge a musical has is to give a reason to the audience why are they singing, when at times it doesn't feel necessary. Sometimes it's to express the deep struggles and emotions of the character, but for Singing in the Rain, it actually makes sense. It's set on the protagonist jumping on the bandwagon of talkies when silent films were dying out. And what was the most popular genre after silent films? Musicals. So it makes sense to tell the story as a musical, since it establishes the characters as progressive to what the film industry was evolving into. It almost reminds me to The Artist from 2011, which had the same premise of talkies rising in the late 20s and the struggle of progressing as time went by. While The Artist approached it in a dark and serious tone, this one does it in a lighter aspect, even at times making fun of itself, but at the same time homaging and respecting the films that came before this one. I mean, look at how they make fun of these early talkie movies that didn't do so well.
Yes, yes.
No, no, no.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, as the characters, I didn't think I was gonna remember any of them, but they're just really good at leaving an impression. You don't remember them by name, but they leave an impact to recognize them. Gene Kelly is the classy actor who views things in a positive manner. Rather than complain, he does more action on finding a solution to the problem, as well as noting how actors were viewed by the casual viewers.
People think we lead lives of glamour and romance, but we're really lonely.
Debbie Reynolds starts off as the insecure upcoming actress. Her dancing background was very minimal before shooting began, but learned fast enough to become a musical gem.
In his arms, would you?
And boy was she good at her job, as well as hiding how grueling the rehearsals were. After finished shooting the Good Morning scene, she mentioned on an interview how her feet were bleeding from all the tap dancing. I mean, you gotta give her some respect to that as a great singer and as a great dancer. And we get the comedy relief, Donner O'Connell. I mean, how can I describe him? He's like me at my full potential. I freaking love this guy. There's not a moment when you don't stop laughing at the things he does or says. He's hilarious, always quick to come up with funny lines, and the energy he has with his facial expressions and body movements, they're hysterical! Go watch him sing, make him laugh. I promise you'll be damn laughing.
Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh.
The color in this film, love it. The sets are attractive and colorful, the costumes are creative and colorful, the musicals are always fun and have still lived on through the test of time, one of those being Good Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We've talked the whole night through.
My teacher used to sing this every morning and I hated it!
Morning.
I already mentioned the make him laugh scene, which is personally my favorite of them all.
I'm singing in the rain.
Oh, that's right. How could I forget this scene? Talk about having the most memorable scene in the movie with a guy singing in the rain because that's how your movie's called. But why is it popular? When you look at it, it's nothing extraordinary or revolutionary. But that's why it works. It's a simple act that anyone can do. Well, at least he made it look simple. Unlike its other recent dances which looked more complicated and more effort spent on perfecting the steps, this one is just jumping on a post and stomping on water. Even the lyrics are made short and simple to hum them in your head, not to mention placing the set in the rain, which anyone can feel related to. Plus it's memorable because of how much he enjoys it. Look at him, he's in heaven with all that rain pouring down. By the way, fun fact, the actor Gene Kelly got sick with fever after shooting that scene for 2 days in a row. I would have been sick too if I was watching this in a bad mood, but I liked it. Leave me alone, I liked it, so what? One way I can describe this film, unknowingly happy. There are no dark or tense moments in it. Still, you gotta recognize the hard work that was put into it. Imagine getting cut in the middle of the act and told to start dancing and singing all over again, and your body's tired and your voice is sore. It's a hard work to pull off, and you can tell they gave it all, which rightfully paid off. All the actors here are very good, the musical songs managed not to cross the line of nonsense and still be humorous. I mean, who would let someone throw trash at them and just sit there and take it while everyone around starts to dance? But just how it came out, I just couldn't stop laughing. I didn't even show half of the hilarious things that are in this film. Whatever take you have on musicals, this one serves as an early love letter to the silent movies and musicals before this one, adding humor to give it a behind look at what was going on in the last days of silent movies. It's worth checking out its energetic choreography dances, memorable songs, and recognizable personalities. I might have a bland look at musicals, but I can respect it for being an art form of communicating several types of emotions. It's funny, it's colorful, it's fast-paced, and it is a great testament to the legacy of David Reynolds. I wouldn't say it's one of my top favorites, but I can honestly say I enjoyed it. I give it a 7.5 out of 10 stars. You know, playing with this thing is actually kind of fun, so I'll just use it for the rest of the video. I don't know, maybe because it made me look like a villain at times? Mr. Bond, I've been expecting you. Nyaka 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 nyaka. So, what you thought on the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you love musicals? Do you hate musicals? I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. You can leave your comments down below, like, subscribe, and what will be some movies you'd like me to review later? Well guys, tune in next time cause I'll be reviewing La La Land. So for now, that's it for today. Ciao.